Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. So this is actually my first time doing this. I have streamed before, but this is my first time actually streaming to two channels. I'm streaming to this one and, to Twitch and to YouTube. Hopefully. I don't know. How do I verify that? Let's see. Posts. I don't have any posts. And I thought this would just go to that. So I've got, bear with me, this is my first time doing this stuff. And it looks like I may just end up having to figure it out later. Um, yeah, stand by 1 second. Oh, right. So it looks like that everything is going well so far. So I started this yesterday. I started this series. Um, and I forgot to record it. I streamed it to Twitch, but I forgot to record. This time I fixed that. So I made two characters yesterday. I made Kragor and Soloxus. And so I made Kragor first, and then I discovered I was having a problem. I was not getting any bags whatsoever, and I was setting him up to be self sufficient in most ways. So, for example, one of the ways that he's supposed to be self sufficient is he can make his own gear, his own weapons, he does bandages, he does all that. Slight problem. It didn't end up working because although he has all those capabilities, being low level, he doesn't have any bags. He doesn't have any money for bags. But I already got the fishing. I've got like I didn't have cooking yet. But I've got all these things, and it's just like, well, that did not go well. So I made it Siloxus, and I was like, okay, I never played a warlock in vanilla WoW. So I was like, okay, let me try that, and I'll make her a tailor so that way she can make bags and all that stuff. When I used to play this religiously, I had a character that could do each thing. Um, like once I get to where Siloxus can actually probably start crafting stuff and learn how to do bags and stuff like that. Um, or maybe just whenever I get to 10, I may go ahead and do this. I'll create another character and I'll have one do blacksmithing, one does tailoring, one will do like alchemy, stuff like that. So that way I have different layers. It also makes it so if I do it correctly, when Siloxis gets high enough and she needs to be able to get her mount, I will be able to do that without having to buy the stuff. So let's go ahead and work on Siloxis to get her up a little bit higher. Interesting note, I found that I'm actually enjoying playing. I always played Horde whenever I started. Um, I've actually decided that I play undead a lot. I just never. I always started there at the. Just saying there doesn't help at all because that means nothing. Hang on, let me do this. I've got to unlock it because I do not like tracker show level auto nameplates. Should be under general, right? Okay, that's a little better. I didn't like it being in there. Um, and so I do need to decide what I'm going to make the alchemist. Whenever I get to that point, and I'm also going to need a leather worker so that way I can do the skinning part. Um, I will be getting things wrong a lot in this for one simple fact. I have not played this Vanilla WoW in so long that I'm going to forget what I need to do. And that's just kind of a fact of playing a game after so many years. Um, so with this channel, the main thing is I'm going to have fun. I'm going to play games. And just talk about randomness. Because I've got plenty of randomness. I can always share that. Interesting thing. If anyone saw the stream yesterday, I talked about some of the things I was kind of concerned about with the new Predator movie coming out. It's called Predator Badlands, and I was concerned about a few things with it. Well, learned something. Turns out that the predator in it is a young predator. So I'm a lot happier with that because I felt the proportions for his head were just off. So now that I know what is going on there, I'm a little bit more happy about it. A little happier. The interesting thing is, will they go into the being the blooded or unblooded? And that will be an interesting thing to see how they. Where do I go for this? Oh, I go to Brill. Oh, did I? I don't know if I did check here after. Okay, I do need to take care of that. That's fine. Hello. Train myself further. Curse of weakness. Yeah, I'll go wait.
Trust no one. Be quick about your business.
I do like the staff. I do not have the training for it, and I am not paying for the training right now because if I remember correct, the training for that stuff was stupidly expensive. It was like, it's like a gold. No, it can't be that high, this low. Maybe it's not that high up, but I do know that like some of the things it was pricey. Just so I do a little iteration. The add-ons I'm using is pretty minimal. And it's mainly because I just got to Word Leveling Guild. Oh, straightforward. I am trying to make it so this is not overdone. I have Arc, which I think it's called Ice HUD. Sorry, Ice HUD, which provides the curved bars, and I do that because I normally play a tank. When I first started playing World of Warcraft, I leveled as a prot warrior, and because of that, I fell in love with this because as I'm watching what I'm doing and what my character's standing in, I can also tell him, what the heck? What is that? He's watching me. Is it visible from the back? It's not. That's kind of cool. But it gave me better situational awareness. One UI that I thought about it for a good 5 minutes if I wanted to do, and I decided not to do it because there's an issue with your pet as a hunter with it. I can't remember exactly what happens, but because it's not getting support anymore, if I remember correctly, it doesn't show you if your pet's happy or not. It used to, but it doesn't seem to anymore, which is a little unfortunate. I think I'm supposed to talk to, Gordos. That is he. He walks around. I'll go this way. I'll see if Gordo's this way. Because this is the way I need to go for Brill anyways. So yeah, I totally lost all thoughts on what I was doing. Okay, so I've got the pumpkin patch one, so I will head and go do the pumpkin patch. That one. Does. Look at that. Figuring stuff out. But I also have to be kind of careful because I do get into altaholic syndrome where I will just have a crap load of alts. I tend to do better whenever I have one that I focus on, but yeah, we're already seeing start to break down. Okay, so these are not going to be friendly to me. He is down. Nope. Barns are dangerous. So this game is a lot different than what the retail is. With retail, one of the things you have to worry about, or with retail, you can go and attack like 3-4 guys at once and just take all the hits. It is not that way with this. If you try to take on, a significant number of people at once, it can kill you pretty fast. And the leveling that can get you pretty good too if you aren't paying attention to their levels. So this guy's level 6, we're level 6, so we're okay. But let's see, we'll see if we can time it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So that took. I just realized I'm gonna cut that. That made no sense doing. Oh well. Because I do things the intelligent way. I do like how in the newer ones that, you're doing something with your hands when you're doing it, rather than just standing there next to it. If I understand correctly, this is pretty true to the classic in a lot of ways, except for some quality of life changes. One of the quality of life changes they did is you have dual spec. That was something that was not available at the beginning. If you wanted to swap specs, you had to pay, and it got more expensive each time. So I did not respec originally until well after I started doing like BRD and stuff like that. I was level 50 something when I first respec, because I found a leveling. So what I was doing is I was doing ones that made sense to me. And then I was talking to one of my friends, and he goes, "Hey, that's not going to work." And I was like, "What's wrong?" And he pointed out my some of the talents I did. He goes, "This is going to make it really hard." I was like, "Okay." I started looking up. I think it was on Wowhead. Some of the talents I was using and how to do it. Well, that's still all pretty flat. Looks like it's got 3 dimension though. And so I used Wowhead to help me kind of use what I already had to make it so I could go ahead and continue on. And that's what I did. It was not the best spec to level. Yeah, leveling tank is brutal. I do not recommend it for anyone. But sorry, I'm multitasking and I am sucking at both. But that I respect at that time, and it was relatively cheap. And so I did a spec that was more tailored to doing dungeons. And that worked great. And then I can't remember what happened, but they wanted me to DPS. Because while I wasn't raiding yet, I was doing a lot of the dungeons. And so I started building a off-spec set. And I had all the pieces, but I'd never actually done it. So I looked up online, basic rotation, stuff like that, the information, and I was horrible at it. But that's to be expected. So I'm going through and I'm playing, and I noticed that it was more expensive. Because the first time I respec'd, I was like, "Oh, this isn't so bad. I can just do this whenever." It got more expensive each time. And what the heck is he doing? Okay, I'm not going to approach him over there because there's 2 of those, and while I am fairly certain I could take them both, I do not want to chance it. Open weed. I think that was the thing over here that I tried to click. But yeah, it got more expensive each time. And I literally got to the point where I leveled another character because it was easier to do that than to grind to be able to afford keep swapping specs. They did come out with dual specking at some point. I don't remember when it was. But at first that was brutal. I ended up leveling a hunter, and I loved that hunter. I played
It's too far away.
consistently until Cata. When Cataclysm came out, all of my classes that I played changed so much, I had no idea how to play them. My hunter went to energy. I had a paladin at the time. I don't know what that did. But my paladin, I just got him leveled. And I could have sworn I just saw Big Boy. There he is. Get this guy.
Still recharging.
But a lot of the classes that I was playing, they changed too much. I didn't understand how to use them. And that was when I decided that I was going to take a break from it. I do play other MMOs. I do play a lot of different games. I'm out of mana. Oh, that's going to be bad. He's a level 8. And let's see. Curse of Weakness. Let's see if I can get this one. Because he's not helping me. Okay, yeah. I didn't do that well. And I died. But, hey, all good things go squish, right? And I went squish. Some of the games that I play, I've been playing Star Wars on... Well, I haven't played Star Wars Online for a few months. Star Wars The Old Republic, which is a pretty good game. I play Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online is a love-hate relationship for me. I love the ships. I started playing it with Cryptic. It's still in charge of it. Whenever you bought the box at I bought the box at Target and had the ship, or not the ship, the rifle. There was a rifle that you got from it. And then when... Was it Cryptic or whoever had the patent to the game? Whenever they lost it, it got kind of bad because... where's Gordo now? If you didn't log in and do some steps, you lost your old account. And that was devastating to me. And it made me stop playing the game for quite a long time. And so, yeah, that was kind of brutal. see, he almost died, and that'd be bad. Oh, maybe I don't have to give it to Gordo. I do not. That makes it easier. So I lost it all. And so I stopped playing it for a while. And one thing I really like about that game is the starship combat. It is fun. But the game is also like 15 years old. They are only willing to update it so much with it being that old. And so the ground combat is really it's a thing. It's really clunky. And it is just not smooth. But I do enjoy it. The story is pretty good. I like that the fact that they got a lot of the Junior Apothecary. Where are you, Junior Apothecary? Is that where you are? Oh, those tasks. Yes, that's where you're at. That's pretty cool. Freaking did check on him. Anyways.
What does the shadow?
I really enjoy how they did a lot of that. So, as far as the Starship gameplay, but I love the fact that they bring so many people from the cast back to voice themselves in it. But there's also a lot of things that you're just kind of like, okay, like you get ships. And you get a ship every 10 levels. But there are ships that you can buy that are... Nope, that is not what I'm doing. That the ship themselves may not be quote-unquote better. They are. So that's kind of... It's not a pay to win, but it's pay for advantage. Which is kind of sad. But I get it. You know, it's a free-to-play game. Excuse me. So, you know, they gotta get some money where they can. And I do enjoy, even now, playing the game. In fact, I played it and it's fun to do the starship ones. I just don't like the ground combat. I think it's really that's where it shows its age the most. Oh, there's the Warlock Trainer. Let's see if I learned anything new. I did not. Fantastic.
What would you ask of death?
Wow, that's a lot more
Embrace the shadow.
things to buy. Let's see. I'm looking to see if for some reason I thought the tailor was up here. Oh, Taylor is not here. But enchanting is the other side of the tailoring. Taylor's really not up here? Page. Where? First aid. So, when I first started playing, I did it on the Warrior. And as such, my first aid was always the fastest to level. And I leveled it every moment I got the chance to. Because that is what will keep you alive. I'm sure that was a great idea. Okay. Didn't remember about that, so that's kind of neat. Okay, let's see. I did not find the tailor, but that is fine. I found first aid. First aid is good. Let's see. Maybe it's in this one. But this was the first MMO that I played. The first RPG I played. It's really going to show my age. It was called Legend of Dragoon. And it was a fantastic game. And how is there not a tailor here? But Legend of Dragoon, such a fun game. It was my first real game. Because I played like some of the ones at the arcade and stuff like that. But it was definitely a different animal altogether.
Remember.
Oh, so I passed it. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of things to hunt for now, don't I? Putrid Claw, all that. Okay, but I will head to this first so I can get tailoring. Because the point of this character was to be able to make bags. So that is the plan at this time. And it looks like I can kill these guys too, so let's do it. Yeah, I got some blood. It's kind of serendipitous because it always takes forever to get anything in the original game. I remember one time I was going for ears or tusks. I can't remember which one it was. And I spent like 20 minutes doing that. Whatever you call them, the RNG gods were not with me that day. And it was rough. I had a friend that was doing the quest with me. And he got his in like 10 minutes. And it was after that I was starting to get kind of like, what the heck is going on? And I ended up logging out. I think I took like a dinner break or something like that. And then I came back. And then I got it in like 3 minutes. So that was good. A little weird that it happened that way, but hey. Alright, so I can learn linen shirt now. Apprentice. Oh, crap, I gotta get... Oh, I don't have to, I guess. Okay, that's nice. I will sell that because I don't really need it. Okay, Putrid Claws. Let's go get some. I do think that playing as the warrior was a little bit more fun because I could run from target to target. Whereas this one, I'm having to manage my resources a little bit more than what I had to with that. Because with the resources, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I don't run out of mana. Although I am not using this character exactly the way I should. I just realized that, okay, I can life tap. Then I can eat this guy. And I don't know how much health. Oh. That's once every 7 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, so yeah, it works. Not as good as I was hoping though. But okay. That's fine. Work on the unarmed skill, or not the unarmed, the dagger skill, just a little bit. So this is where I think I messed up just a tad bit because I've got way too many quests that I am currently doing at this time. So I am a little overloaded with data. If you look at my mini map, all that's there are dots. Which is sad. Well, not sad, it's a little difficult. But I did have a mage swing by and give me some extra intellect, which is nice. Unfortunately, I don't have anything I can give them to help them. So, that's kind of sad. Makes me always feel bad whenever I get a buff and I can't buff back. That was one of the things that was kind of messed up about the way that they did things for the Horde. So the Paladins had the auras, they've got blessings, and they were just... They could buff, they could tank, they could heal. I don't know how well they could DPS in the vanilla game. But compared to the Shaman, which was supposed to be like their counterpart, it was definitely kind of a bit like, really? They can do blessings, they can do all that stuff, and the blessings last longer, yeah. But I really did like the Shaman, and it was a fun class to play in BC. Burning Crusade, that was... Oh, I forgot that Pets did that. That was kind of nice. Okay. So Pets, if you sick them on something, and then you pull them off, like I had it help that guy, but then because I needed the Pet's help, I pulled it to help me attack the zombie, or, I'm sorry, the rotting dead, the zombie. And when I did that, whenever it killed, or whenever he died, he came back, or he went back to helping the other guy, which I forgot that they did that. So that's kind of neat. So, I am kind of tempted to play this guy kind of the safe way, which is playing as a demonologist, or demonology. It is a safe way to level. It gives you a lot of... Get in here so that way I don't have to worry about getting attacked. It's got a lot of great things about it that it does. But part of me is wondering if it might be better. There's a chance to actually level something else. But if I do that, it will... First off, it won't be optimal, which I'm not really min-maxing. That's not the way that I play. I play what I think is fun. But if I remember correctly, it is pretty brutal to do it in any way.
What do you require?
How do you not sell...
Trust no one.
He doesn't even sell thread. What kind of crap is that? So I finished that. So now I gotta kill some some bats and stuff to get the stuff from them. Let's see. So you got a little bit before I level. Okay, so. Ooh, that is level 9. I am not doing that. I choose life. Although it could just be that I just remember it as something a lot harder than what it is. I don't know for sure, but I don't want to really find out either.
That's still recharging.
Right.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot chunkier to deal with than the other one. And because I don't have a Void Walker, I take a lot more of it to the face when I fight him. Because the Void Walker makes it's a tank, so it sits there and it takes hits for you. Might it's kind of an idea, but it'd be kind of fun to level as a affliction. But the problem is that at lower levels they're not as good. But there's another side to that. I get to roleplay as a weird Jason Sano. But that wouldn't really work because Jason Sano is a skirmisher too. Sorry. Jason Sano is a character from a book series that I really enjoy. Let's see. Gotta get course threat. You know, I don't even know who to get threat from.
I can't attack that target. I can't cast that yet.
Alright, so let's head. And I don't think I made that my... Yep, I did not make that my home. Let me head back because I can get some of this done on the way. I can walk to the side of the road and look for hounds. Rabbit. Ribbit, rabbit. Okay, let's see. belt's done. Oh, future task 2. Well, that's easy enough to get some XP from.
Quickly.
And then I think there was a trade person here, so then I can get this done. Give that to.
I am forsaken.
Well, that's good for you. I am Grigor.
Trust no one.
So it looks like I need to go in here with the thread. Probably the guy upstairs.
What is it?
Get a new
Embrace
cloak.
shadow.
Cloak is good. Oh. Let me see this. Pants.
I haven't got all day.
Alright, that's what I needed to do. So, I'll make that. Good times. So right now I'm just burning through, just trying to make pants, get some
Hello.
things because I can sell them. Because reasons. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for me for the moment.
No one.
I hope everyone has